Hey guys, it's Tah. Welcome back, and if you're new, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate ya. So today we're gonna pick our TBR for March, which is also my birthday month. I'm super excited. So March is gonna be great. Okay, so for this TBR game, we're doing it a little bit different. As you can probably tell by the title or the thumbnail, I created a new game. Something that I really love is I like scratch offs. It's just something I've always liked to do. Just get a scratch off here or there, scratch them off. And like my husband will surprise me sometimes with some. It's fun. I started them with my grandma and I just kind of do them here and there. So I figured, why not do that? But my favorite scratch offs are the holiday ones. So we are going to make a scratch off TBR for every month, and it's going to be holiday themed. So being that March 1st is Fat Tuesday, we went with a Mardi Gras theme. So this is just my first attempt at this board. It's going to be different every month. Like I said, we're going to make it where it fits whatever the theme is. And basically, I did a DIY on these silver circles you see and made my own scratch offs. But little did I know, after I figured out what I wanted to do, you can buy the scratch off stickers and stick them on anything. So that's what I'll be doing from now on. But for the first game, I didn't have time to get those in. We are going to do them with the DIY. Now, this game is literally, we're going to throw a two-sided dice. We're going to move through it. And we're going to scratch off whichever one we land on. And if, like, it'll be a book prompt underneath it. And I'll pick a prompt. Like, I'll pick a book to fit that prompt. And I just have, like I said, two six-sided dice we're going to use. If I get a double, I'm going to have to, I think I'm going to add a roll. And then, where was I going with that? I don't know. So anyway, if I get a double, we will add an extra roll to the end. And if I get doubles during the extra rolls, there's not going to be any extra rolls. It's just, if I get a double with the first, I think I'm going to go with 6 prompts. If I get a double with the first 6, then I'll have to add 7, 8, whatever the case may be. And for this month, our little mover / scratcher is going to be a doubloon. And it actually came from the parade that I went to today. But I had this one at my house already from like a previous year. Because I just got back from a parade, so we're going to go ahead and do this now. And then I've also decided I'm going to make a punish board. Like if I don't finish my TBR, I'm going to have one that's, I'm going to use, and I have to select a punishment off of it. And I think I'm just going to use that one for each time that I mess up my TBR or whatever. I'll kind of do one similar to this, but like make it a dark, dreary thing. And we'll just scratch each one in order as I need punishments. So, and I thought maybe I'd get a reward system too. But for now, we're just going to play our first month of this, where I'm going to roll the dice, we're going to move around, and we're going to scratch and see what our prompts are. The only other problem I have is I didn't really, like obviously after I painted them, I couldn't tell what was up and what was down. Like, so some of these might be upside down. We'll just have to see how it goes. And I'll try to do a better job marking them so that I get them all in the right direction next time. For the month of February, let's see how I did on my TBR. So for the prompt game in the title, I chose the inheritance games and I read it. For middle grade, I chose the one and only Ivan and I read it. And then POC main character, I chose Cemetery Boys. I read that one. For natural disaster, I chose Bad Call and I read that one. Published by Simon & Schuster, I chose The Favorite Sister and I DNF'd it, which counts. And then for my TBR knockout short story collection, Nicholas and the Gang, I have like 3 short stories left to read. It will be done before March 1st. And then for short book, 250 pages or less. And also for my buzzword, I use for me, she, him, her, us, etc. I used him, her, him again, the end of him. And I read that one. And then for my Reese Witherspoon book, because I'm trying to catch up on her book club, I read Conviction. I DNF'd that one, so I counted as done. So I completed all of February, so we are good to go to March. So let's go ahead and roll the dice and see what our first prompt is. I'm so excited, guys! Roll number 1. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this one says, a book that intimidates me. I wonder what I have on my shelf. Let me go see. Okay, so for prompt 1, we got a book that intimidates me. Now the book that I chose intimidates me for not the obvious reason, I guess. And that would be Midnight Sun by Stephanie Meyer. This one intimidates me because it is literally Twilight from Edward's perspective. Now, I remember reading Twilight when I was in, I don't know, junior high, high school. Will this live up to that? I don't know. Are those books as good as we thought they were? To me, no. But we shall see if I can get through Midnight Sun. So, book number 1. Roll number 2. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Jane Austen inspired. I'm not sure if I have any, but we shall see. Prompt number 2 was Jane Austen inspired. So I went searching on the internet for Jane Austen inspired, and I found this one, which is The Library of Lost Things by Laura Taylor Namey. Fangirl meets Jane Austen in this deeply heartfelt love story about hiding the worst part of ourselves and the people who love us anyway. From the moment she first learned to read, literary genius Darcy Wells has spent most of her time living in the worlds of her books. There she can avoid the crushing reality of her mother's hoarding and pretend her life is simply ordinary. But then Asher Fleet, a former teen pilot with an unexpectedly shattered future, walks into the bookstore where she works and straight into her heart. For the first time in her life, Darcy can't seem to find the right words. Fairy tales are one thing, but real love makes her want to hide behind her carefully constructed ink and paper wall. Still, after spending her whole life keeping people out, something about Asher makes Darcy want to open up. But securing her own happily ever after will mean she'll need to stop hiding and start living her own truth, even if it's messy. So, that one seems like it'd be a cute little love story teenage thing, so we shall see how it goes. Like I said, it sounds really cute. I'll let you know. Roll number 3. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, goodness gracious. Over 500 pages. Good Lord. Feels like it might be a thick moth. Prompt 3, read a book over 500 pages. And this book is 525 pages, so it definitely fits the bill. And it is a library book that I got last week or something. and that is Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. Not 100%. I've seen a lot of people read this one and they enjoyed it, so I figured I would give it a shot. Not to mention that the librarian kind of talked it up. He actually put this kind of like on a special display because he said that he read they were possibly going to make a movie out of this series. So I was like, let me go ahead and get started just in case they make the movie and I can watch it when it comes out. So this one is about Zelie remembers when the soul of Orisha hummed with magic. Burners ignited flames, Tiders beckoned waves, and Zelie's Reaper mother summoned forth souls. But everything changed once magic disappeared. Under the orders of a ruthless king, the Magi were targeted and killed, leaving Zelie without a mother and her people without hope. Now Zelie has one chance to bring back magic and strike against the monarchy. With the help of a rogue princess, Zelie must outwit and outrun the crown prince, who is hell-bent on eradicating magic for good. Danger lurks in Orisha, where snow, leopard, whatever, prowl and vengeful spirits wait in the waters. Yet the greatest threat may be Zelie herself, as she struggles to control her powers and her growing feelings for an enemy. So it sounds like it'll be, I guess, more like a fantasy type book. Magic, bringing people back to life. Sounds really good. So I will give this a shot, and I will let you know how I felt about it. And I really do hope they make it a movie. But when they make it a movie, I hope they go by the book and not add all this extra shit in there. So, prompt number 3. Roll number 4. 8. So we made it to the end. We're just going to go back to the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, this one's upside down. Includes a club. Like motorcycle club maybe? Or school sports club? Perhaps we have one for that. Prompt number 4 includes a club. So this one, I'm stretching it a smidgen because it's kind of a club, but it's kind of not. I chose Bewitch by Paige McKenzie and Nancy Olin. And this one is about the new girl, Iris. She's a secret witch. And she just wants to get through her first day of school without a panic attack. The last thing she expects is to be taken in by a coven of 3 girls. No, wait. Greta, Ridley, and Binks. They may be the first witches she has met in real life, but their coven is not alone in their small northwestern town. The Triad is the other coven at school. When the Triad's not using spells to punish their exes or break up happy couples for fun, they practice dark magic. These 2 covens have a rivalry stretching all the way back to junior high. When tragedy strikes and one of their own is murdered, the rival covens must band together to find out who is responsible before it's too late. Sometimes anti-witchology has turned deadly. Oh, someone's, not sometime. And one of them is next. So it's kind of like Buffy, I guess. Well, I say Buffy. Let me see what it says right here. It's a bingeable read perfect for fans of Buffy the Vampire Slayer meets Mean Girls. So, I liked Mean Girls. Not really Buffy, but I do like vampires and witches and stuff. So, this one sounds like it'd be really cool. And, like I said, includes a club. Technically, it includes a coven. But they're treating it kind of like a club, so I'm going with it. So, I'm excited to read that one. Roll number 5. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Author photo on back cover. Question is, which authors put their photo on the back cover. Prompt number 5, we got author cover on the back, author photo on the back cover. This one was a little bit easier to find for myself, and it's actually one that I've been wanting to read so I can watch the movie, and that would be Stephen King's Misery. And there is the young Stephen King there. And this one is kind of crazy. I'm excited about it. This is about Paul, who is an author, and he had a character that he named Misery Chastain. And he killed her off writing the novel that he wanted to write. But this crazy #1 fan, she's an ex-nurse, basically kidnaps him and nurses him back to health because he woke up in a strange place, a secluded farmhouse in Colorado. A dislocated pelvis, a crushed knee, and 2 shattered legs. So she must have went, kidnap him, broke everything. Now she's going to nurse him back to health. And what she did was she gave him a typewriter. So now he has to write her the story, making Misery come back to life because she didn't like the fact that he got killed off. She got killed. So we are going to follow the journey of her kidnapping him and making him bring this character back to life. I really hope there are not actual people. Is this based on a real story? I don't even know. That would be crazy if there were real people who would kidnap or even harass an author who killed off a character that they liked. So we will see how far does this lady go in Misery. Roll number 6, and possibly last roll if I don't get doubles. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Being we already scratched that one, we're just going to go to the next one. Let's see. A book you've seen someone reading in public. I don't really see a lot of people reading in public. I might have to maybe look up photos of people reading in public. Prompt number 6 was read a book that you saw someone in public reading. And like I said, I hardly ever see anybody else reading around me. There's got to be some readers, right? But they're never reading in public. So I went to social media and I wound up on TikTok because, you know, that's where you find everything. And I found a video of someone reading Punk 57 by Penelope Douglas in public. And I'm super excited for this one. I've heard really good things about it. And this one is about 2 children from 5th grade. They were paired up as pen pal partners, and little did the teachers know, they thought they were pairing up either two boys, and they wound up pairing up a boy and a girl. And these 2 figured it out pretty quick that one was a boy, one was a girl. And for like the last 7 years or whatever, they've been writing letters to one another, and they had 3 rules: no pictures, no social media, no phone numbers. So the boy he was online, he ran across a photo of a girl named Ryan, that's what it is. Ryan, that loves the type of pizza that this person he's been writing to loves, and she's also addicted to her cell phone. And he's like, what are the odds? Could this be the person? So Ryan hasn't written in 3 months. Something's wrong. Yeah. So he wants to figure it out. So I'm guessing he's going to go find Ryan to see if something's wrong, meet in person. But like they said, it's probably the worst thing ever that could ever happen, even though they promised never to share phone numbers and stuff like that. So we are going to follow their journey and see where it ends. I love Penelope Douglas. I've read a few of her books now, and like, she's up there. She's top something. I really like her. So, okay, so I picked all my books for my prompts. Now we need to do my Reese Witherspoon book club pick, as well as my TBR knockout and the buzzword pick. So I have the Reese in the cup, pink or young adult, orange or adult. So we will see which one we get, and maybe we can use one of these books, part of the TBR knockout or the buzzword, because I don't know. Anyway, so mix these up. I can't read them. They're just, I'll look away and I'll grab one, so I don't know what color it is. Ha, it's orange. So that means it's an adult book. And this one is Fair Play by Eve Rodsky. And it came out in the October 2019 pick. So let's pull it up and see what it's about. Well, I was trying to look it up for you guys. Here's the book. And from what I gathered before Abby's iPad died, it is kind of like a self-help for you and your significant other or whatever, like living in the same household, and anxiety reducing book of how you can divvy up things in a domestic relationship or whatever. That way, like, housework doesn't fall all on one person and stuff like that. That's what I've gathered. So it's kind of like a self-help type of book. So I'll give it a shot. I've never really read self-help, so we shall see. Hopefully, it pays off, right? We can always learn something. That's the point of reading. That's how I feel. If I can learn something from the book, it was worth it, right? Okay, for March's TBR knockout, the first one was a book that includes like some type of shape-shifting. So for that one, I picked J.R. Ward's Lover Unveiled. This is part of the Black Dagger Brotherhood series. There is one brother who, when he fights, he can shapeshift into like this dragon. So he should be in here. So there should be some, if there's any fighting, he's gonna shift. So this one right here says, Savage has been living under the radar for centuries, and he has every intention of staying dead and buried. But when a civilian female sucks him into a dangerous battle with an evil as ancient as time, his protective side overrides his common sense. May, who has lost everything and is determined to reverse tragedy, comes face to face with the Brotherhood's new enemy. She also discovers a love she never expected to find with Savage, but there can be no future for them. Knowing them apart, the two band together to fight against what May unknowingly unleashed as the Brotherhood closes in to reclaim one of their damned, and the evil vows to destroy them all. So, I'm going to read that one for shapeshifting. And then the next prompt was something that includes magic. So for this one, I'm just going to use one I already had on my TBR, which is Children of Blood and Bone, because it specifically says they're going to use magic to bring her mom back if everything goes right. So, magic is there. All right, and as far as my buzzword this month is location. That could be city, state, country, maybe beachside, or anything like just a location in like the title. So for that one, I chose this little bitty book. I've been wanting to read this book for a while, just because it's a type of book that I've never read before. And that is Seaside Mystery by Anne Hogman. And this one is a choose your own adventures book, where you can read it multiple different ways and get like a different result as you read it. Because the reason I came across this book, one night the hubby and I were talking, and he said he remembered a book when he grew up. He thinks it was like Mario Brothers or something like that. And if you read it one way, there was one, front to back done. But if you follow the prompts at the bottom of the page and select a different route, something else can happen. Like, you're reading, it tells you, turn to page 2. And you flip it, turn to page 5. And then, when you get to page 29, it tells you you could turn to page 72. So you get a different story as you go. And we can maybe do a separate video so I can basically tell you guys the different ways that this book goes. Like, it's a really old book. When did this thing come out? 1987. So we can do some spoilers on it, tell you the different ways that you know, this adventure can go, because this one is about you're spending the summer at Seaside Boarding House, location Seaside. One moonlit night, you hear someone crying on the beach. You peek out your window and see a mermaid named Tana. You like to help her, but she's in a terrible mood. I don't know where the rest of the mermaids are, she snaps. I've been looking for 2 days, but I can't find any of them. And if you want to hear any more, you'll have to follow me underwater. So we're going to follow Tana to hopefully find the rest of the mermaids that she's been looking for the last 2 days. My God, 2 days, she can't find any of them. So we will read this and see in what ways Tana finds or doesn't find said mermaids. Alright, so March's TBR has been picked. We have these. And then I have 3 ebooks that I'm going to read. I think it's 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 4. 4 ebooks. That's what it was. Because the Reese Witherspoon I'm going to have to get on ebook as well. So it's a pretty big stack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 9 books total, which is not bad. But some of these suckers are thick. You're looking thick, girl. So yeah, that is my March TBR. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoy my new TBR game. And if you want, you can comment down below maybe some punishments or rewards that I can give myself so that I can make like a special board just for the rewards. Like, we can call it the Happy Trail of Rewards. And then maybe for the punishments for not completing my TBR, it can be like, I don't know, the miserable trump through punishments. I don't know. I have to think of some names. That was just off the top of my head. Not very witty. So anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye, y'all.